What is going on, dudes? My name is Lana13. I'm your coach of your Kansas City Nidokings, and welcome to our Season 3 draft recap. So I hope you enjoyed the new intro that I made for this, as well as the layout that I am doing for our draft recap. So I'm wearing right now the new shirt that I got. That was what I was waiting for. We're going to be getting into my draft picks for the season. I actually decided to build a strategy, sort of, because last season I should say, I just drafted a bunch of Pokemon that I loved using in competitive, and you know what, I thought they'd work well together, and to be honest, even without a team with proper synergy, I did pretty damn well for my first ever league season. Anyways, we're going to be getting into it, and yeah. By the way, if you want to pick up a Kansas City Nidokings merch, link is always in the description below. We're going to be starting off with my first pick of the draft. So I ended up picking second. My overall draft was number 3. I thought it was going third, and then I was alerted and like, you're up, what do you want? And I'm like, wait, what happened? And so I got moved up, and the guy who was in second got moved down because of inactivity and whatnot. Don't worry about that. But in my first pick of the draft, after Landorus, was Mega Pincer. So Mega Pincer is once again joining us, you know, repping him right here. MVP of last season, Offensive Pokemon of the Year, played extremely well for me, was my best pick that I ended up getting when the season restarted. So I was super happy with it. I had to pick it up again. It's one of the best league format megas, and I just really enjoy using it, and as well as it's got a beautiful shiny. It's amazing Pokemon, really enjoy using it, and I'm super excited. My next pick, so I was trying to pick Mew, but in the first round, Roshi, coach of the Aston Villa Ampharos, ended up picking up Mew. So I was a little bit upset about that. So anyways, my next pick, I wanted Cobalion from the start anyway. So I ended up picking him up in my second pick. Just because what I like about him is he is a Volt Turner. I think he can set up rocks. He's a kind of a bulky Pokemon. He's got a pretty darn good typing in Steel Fighting. So resists like the Psychic and the Fairy that Fighting is weak to. And I mean, Fighting doesn't really resist any of Steel's weaknesses, but it's still awesome to have. It should be a nice wall as well as a decent sweeper. So I'm excited to use it. This is my first time using Cobalion. It should be pretty awesome. Alright, so my third pick ended up being my other tier 3 Haxorus. So I wanted Haxorus because it's an amazing sweeper. It's a really nice dragon type. Well, there goes my Mudkip. Anyways, what the fuck? Man, I made an egg that looked like a Pokemon egg for Easter, and it frickin' got knocked over by the Mudkip falling and broke. Anyways, sorry about that. Haxorus is an amazing sweeper. I really enjoy the Pokemon because its shiny is gorgeous. As well as I wanted a powerful dragon type. I needed to pick up a good dragon type before they were all gone. And, obviously, I didn't really want to pick that for my tier 1. So I ended up picking Haxorus, which I'm surprised is only a tier 3. I mean, I know it's UU, but it's a really nice Pokemon. And, yeah. Alright, our fourth pick of the draft. So, my first choice was Clefable. I wanted a nice defensive wall that would be able to be something interesting. Like, I wanted to get a good fairy. Sadly, I didn't actually get a good fairy in this whole draft. So anyways, I ended up picking up Chancy, because Chancy is a pretty damn good wall. It's really one of the best. It has an obscenely high HP stat, and then Eviolite makes it, like, untouchable. So Chancy would be very nice, as well as it gets rocks. It should just be fun to use in general, and I just decided to take it before Josh could get his hands on it. But Chancy is who I decided to choose as my wall. Now my next pick. So I think it was this round that Toxic Tiki sniped. That was the word I was looking for. Sniped Umbreon from me. So I sadly could not pick up Umbreon. I was so upset about that. I ended up picking Azelf because Uxie and Tentacruel got picked in the swing pick by J-Blitz. So we got both of them, which made me upset because I love Uxie, and it's a really good Pokemon. I wanted to bring it back, obviously. And then Tentacruel because I needed a good spinner that was also a water type. And, well, I wanted a good spinner and I wanted a good water type, and Tentacruel was both of those. And sadly, they got stolen at the same time. So picking up Azelf gave me another option when it came to offense. Having a nice sweeper, pretty decent typing. I think they have a pretty good move pool. I know that Uxie has a pretty damn good move pool. So hoping Azelf will, I don't know which I call it. It doesn't matter. I hope Azoth will keep up the hype and be able to do the things that I want it to do, and to be able to sweep nicely or do whatever, basically. But Azoth was my tier 2 pick. Alright, my next pick. So this was actually a Pokemon. Wait, hold on one sec. Did it skip something? Sorry, I'm actually looking at my documents to be able to put them in the right order, and somehow it skipped one. Anyways, so my 6th pick, I was actually planning on getting this Pokemon from the start, and as you see right before this, Electivire actually got taken by the Minnesota Wild Charge. It was a little bit unfortunate because Electivire is a great Pokemon in League play. So, something I needed was a good physical wall that would also, because Chancy's obviously a better special wall, but I wanted a good physical wall that could do rocks. I don't know, I don't think it can get Rapid Spin, but I ended up selecting Steelix. So, Steelix was the Pokemon that I needed to get. The thing is, it's got a good typing, special attacks wreck it, but it's slow, and the fact that it also, Gyro Ball will be very nice, so, you know, it should be freaking awesome to use a Steelix, because I really wanted to use it. That was one of my original picks that I had put into my little list of all the ones I wanted to draft. Next up, we have the Pokemon that possibly could have been my mascot this season if I didn't make this art. So, we have Raikou. I wanted Raikou because Raikou is a good Volt Turner, it has a high special attack, and since Electivire got taken, I wanted a good Electric type, and Raikou was actually my choice. As you see, Electros got taken right before this, which is also a good Electric type, but it didn't really interest me much. It's got an amazing move pool, but that is not really my thing. Raikou's got a pretty damn decent move pool. It's a very good sweeper, it can be Scarf, Specs. I'm just excited to use it. It should be pretty freaking awesome. And that was my free pick because I believe it was a tier 2, so I ended up using some of my points. We had 400 points to spend on those 4 free picks at the bottom, as we had to select one from each tier above that. So it actually made our drafts a lot more balanced out when it came to the entire thing. There's a couple of teams that have really good drafts anyway. Actually, I have a pretty damn good draft if I do say so myself, but there's a lot of threatening drafts, and it's just going to be an exciting season. But anyways, Raikou should be pretty awesome to play with, so I'm excited to use that. Our next pick, so as you remember that I was talking about how Tentacruel got taken from me, well, I needed a water type, I also needed a spinner. And I decided to combine those two things in picking up Cloyster. Now, Cloyster is pretty decent on the physical side and defense-wise. It's not too bad. The fact that it shares an ice typing is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, I have a good water type, I have a good spinner, and you know what? I was happy with my decision. Cloyster is, if you know, that is Josh's team mascot, and it is also a really good skill link sweeper with having very good coverage, and I'm really excited to use Cloyster because I've never used Cloyster in competitive play. I know how good it is, I've just never used it. Next up, we have our tier 4 pick. So, once again, I did not pick a fire type last season, if you remember that. So this time, I knew I needed a good fire type that could be able to deal with some other teams' bug or steel types, because I think I had a lot of problem when it came to fire last season, because not having one, it really hurt me. So I ended up selecting Delphox. Now, Delphox being my favorite of the final evolutions of the Kalos starters, I had to get it as well. Its part Psychic type is really, really nice as well, as it can counter other things that, you know, I'm not thinking of anything right now, but I'm excited to use Delphox. I actually like using Delphox in RU. It's a very nice Pokemon. Also like using Braixen in PU. So, you know what, I'm excited to use Delphox. Delphox should be pretty good. I think it can probably be a special wall as well, just because of its good special defense stat to begin with. Next up, I needed a Defogger, and you know what, I decided to choose Altaria. Now, in hindsight, that wasn't the best idea, because Altaria does not learn Defog. I did not know that before selecting it. So basically, what I ended up doing was trading it out. I ended up trading it out for Claydol, because Claydol resists all the entry hazard stuff, and it also can spin and get up rocks. So, Claydol's a very, very nice entry Pokemon. Anyways, I'm excited to use Claydol. I've never used one. I was instructed to, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Colton, OG Hypnotoad, and the Detroit Magnetons who told me that. In the scheme of things, it's better than Altaria in this whole thing. And my final pick, so I needed, basically, I think I only had enough points for a tier 4 or tier 5. So I ended up just deciding to search through everything, and then I found a Pokemon that I liked, because once again, I didn't have a grass type, or Rock type. And so I combined both of those and I ended up picking up Cradle. Now Cradle is a pretty good Pokemon, considering it's got very, very nice defense stats. It's got pretty decent moveset. I'm excited to use it. I'm not really familiar with a lot of these Pokemon's movesets, but some of them interested me and were backups to other picks. And you know what? I'm happy that I got Cradle too, because Cradle, defensive monster, can get up rocks. So I have several different rockers on this team. So it should be a fun season. I'm super excited to get into it. And make sure you go check out the DBL Twitter in the description below, so you can go to the spreadsheet and check out all the teams and all of their drafts and who all the people are. And if they made a draft recap video, then you can check that out. So anyways, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this, appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more. And let's go, Nidokings!